Good morning. Welcome to the Good Friday edition of AM Sports with me, Muftawu Nabila. Abdullah. We start with Chris Hughton's appointment, and the Minister of Youth and Sports, Mustafa Nabila. He says that the decision of the Ghana Football Association to engage the former Newcastle, Tottenham Hotspur and Norwich manager is because of his experience, and he believes the man is committed to serving the senior national team.
Committed to his job, he's dedicated, he has the experience, and we can all see that he has just started on a very good note. So let's all rally behind him and give him the maximum support to coach our national team, and so that we can achieve the objective that we have set for ourselves as a country. That is what I can say on the national team coach, Chris Hughton.
What are those objectives?
The objectives are set by the FA for him to ensure that we qualify for AFCON, also to ensure that he identified local talent from our league, to also ensure that we qualify for World Cup, and also to make sure that our ranking in the FIFA ranking improve. These are the objectives in the contract that he has signed, and that's why I'm saying that it is too early to judge him. Just for 2 games, you are judging a coach will not be fair. Let's rally or give him all the support that he's needed so that he can deliver.
2 games under Chris Hughton, Ghana has gotten 4 points, and those games came against Angola in the African Cup of Nations qualifier, and the first leg took place at the Bawayara Sports Stadium, while the second leg was in Luanda, where Ghana got a draw in that contest. But let's talk about other national teams, even including the Black Stars. General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison Addo, says that the football governing body is committed to supporting all national teams to qualify and participate in international competitions. Speaking to my colleague Michelle Queno, Prosper said that it is important the GFA throws their weight behind all the national teams to ensure they perform well when they participate in those competitions.
I've been to Ivory Coast, and they are also keenly supporting for Ghana to qualify, because they know when Ghana qualifies, patronage and spectating will be good, and they will have a successful AFCON. And so we are on that quest, and come June, when we play the next match, we expect that will scale the head and also qualify. For the under-23, plans are advanced to ensure that the team will have the best of preparations, because we really, in conjunction with the Olympic Committee, we want to qualify to Paris. And then with the other national teams as well, you will see the developmental plans coming to bear. The Queens, the senior women's national teams, have been utilizing the FIFA windows. So this current window, we engaged Algeria, and they were ready to come. Unfortunately, at the last hour, they wrote to us that circumstances beyond their control will not allow them to come. Immediately, we triggered another negotiations with a number of countries. We are able to get Senegal. So Senegal are coming to town. We play 2 matches with them, and then we'll progress and see to it that the team will be in shape when the competitive matches come. Again, a lot of finances go into this. The way it works is that when you invite a team to come to your country, there are a few costs you pick up. And then currently we have a number of foreign players for the women's side, and so it also costs money to bring them into the country. But as we did in the friendlies, the friendly that we play against Benin, we invited some foreign players. Currently, there are a number of them in town now, in camp. So we need a fair balance. We would want to play every time there is a window, but you have to look at your resources too. So you put in buffers to make sure that you are comfortable on the financial side, and then you are comfortable on the technical side in terms of the development. Don't forget the U20 team too are in camp preparing to have a very good team. The same for U17, who are will find through our partnerships, find international matches for them in Serbia. So they will be involved in the 4-nation tournament in Serbia. And then the women's side too, the same under 17, and for both men and women, and under 15, so that we make sure that every time we are developing talent, identifying talent and developing them for the national team.
And talking of international competitions, Morocco, they have joined Portugal with their bid to host the 2030 FIFA World Cup. We have the statement that is coming up soon as CAF throws their weight behind the only team that made it to the semi-final of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. The statement says the Confederation of African Football Executive Committee unanimously agreed on behalf of African football to support Morocco's FIFA World Cup 2030 bid. Morocco recently announced at the 73rd FIFA Congress in Kigali that it is bidding to host the FIFA World Cup 2030 in partnership with Spain and Portugal. The president of CAF, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, said the unanimous decision that was taken by the CAF Executive Committee to support Morocco's bid to host the FIFA World Cup 2030 means that the bid of Morocco is now the bid of the African continent. We are now focusing on ensuring that Africa once more hosts the FIFA World Cup and are committed to working together with all football national associations and confederations to make this happen. Morocco missed out on hosting the 26th World Cup to the US, Canada, and Mexico, and they are hoping that joining their bid with Spain and Portugal will grant them an opportunity to finally host the tournament since first submitting their bid to host the 1998 FIFA World Cup. Let's talk about the Ramadan Cup and this year's edition. About 30 communities will be participating in the tournament that will be happening at Fadama. My colleague Michelle Queno was at the launch of the competition and comes through with this report.
The launch happened at the Kempinski Hotel with last year's winners, Team Kaswa, in attendance. Honorable Farouk Aliu Mahama chaired the event, which was also attended by the Minister for Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, and he highlighted that there is a commitment from government to ensure community sports like the Ramadan Cup are promoted.
It urged the youth from all the participating communities to continue to uphold the values of the competition, that is the discipline, unity, togetherness, and also seize the opportunities therein. And also, it is also possible that Ghana sports will grow bigger and bigger, inshallah.
Tamimu Issa, the man who birthed the idea of a Ramadan Cup 8 years ago, indicated the tournament is not exclusive to only Muslims.
This looks like a dream come true in the sense that when we had a dream of this competition in 2015, 8 years ago, we never anticipated. We had big dreams for it, but we didn't anticipate that the height it has attained will be achieved so rapidly. And looking back in 8 years, where this competition has reached, the strides it has made within our Zongo communities, in the media circles, and even on the international level, it's something that all of us are proud of. And one interesting thing about the Ramadan Cup is that it is not for Muslims. Zongo community is not made up of only Muslims. So even the best players of the tournament in the past 3 editions, if you check the records, you realize that the winners were not Muslims. This is the spirit of the competition, bringing people together regardless of religious affiliations. That's what the National Chief Imam stands for.
Black Metal's head coach Ibrahim Tanko volunteered to provide the trophy for an event he described as a talent hub.
I want to assure the organizers that I will personally provide the trophy for this year tournament.
Wow!
And this tournament, I've provided a lot of talent, especially the last year one. I was there, I watched most of the matches, and I invited 2 players to Accra Lions. One is still with us, and I'm sure a lot of teams also have some of the players. So I hope this year's one will be better. We will have more talented players so that, and like Mr. Temimu said, Zongo is not only for Muslims, we have Christians, so we are all together. We thank God that He gave us a country that Muslims and Christians are all together in everything.
This year's Ramadan Cup will feature 30 teams, 2 more than last year's 28, and is likely to begin a week after Salah. And the GFA General Secretary, Prosper Harrison Addo, explained the tournament is seen as an adopted part of the GFA's calendar.
From the Ghana Football Association provide the match officials and then also equipment to make sure that the day is successful. We've partnered this competition and will continue to do so. Indeed, our father has been a pillar to the Football Association, and we can never find enough words to thank him. So if it is that there is a competition in honor of him, then we need no invitation. Indeed, we must run to go and be part.
The tournament is scheduled for April 29 and April 30 respectively. The first round will have the 30 teams knocking out each other, and 15 teams will qualify to the next phase of the competition. And the best losing team will join the 15 teams to make it 16. So they will progress to a round of 16 of the tournament. That is where they will put into groups to compete for the ultimate crown. And this weekend, there will be many matches happening domestically. It's the FA Cup. Let's take a look at the fixtures of the matches that will be played this weekend in the competition. On today, to be precise, at the Theatre of Dreams, we'll have Real Tamale United. It's Dreams versus Legon Cities. And on Saturday, we'll have Real Tamale United versus Inswatriman. It's a revisit of what we witnessed in Zone 1 when the two teams were playing in the Division 1 League. This match is happening at the Aliu Mahama Stadium. And on Sunday, it's Sky FC versus Ebisua Dwarfs. That game is happening on Sunday, April 9 at the St. Martin's Park at Dabuase. These are the fixtures for the FA Cup matches that will be happening this weekend. One of Ghana's topmost domestic competitions, which returned in 2011 and was won by Nanya FC. And then in 2014, it was won by Kumasi Asante Kotoko. In 2015, it was won by Mediama FC. In 2016, it was won by Bechem United. 2017, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They won the competition there. But let's wrap up now and hear from Frank Lampard, who has made a return to Chelsea. He's a club's all-time leading goal scorer in his history with about 203 goals. He's been brought on to replace Graham Potter, who was sacked on Sunday. We hear from him as he speaks about taking over the dugout at Stamford Bridge. This will wrap up AM Sports here with me, Muftawu Nabila Abdullahi.